I'll extend the time. You and I... You're not wise to everything you know that's going on down here. Take last night, for instance. Maybe we better skip last night. But you got me all wrong. I'm on your side.
That's what annoys me.
I don't mean last night. I mean now. See, I can't tell you everything, but I'm rooting for you and Pat to get together.
You are?
Sure. She's only using me to make you jealous, and for nothing else.
You're kidding me.
So help me. You know that old saying, you never miss the water until the horse is out of the barn? Only there isn't any horse.
Oh, it looks as though I owe you an apology. You can take your hands down now. Gee, Guy, I'm sorry, but you know the way I feel.
But you don't know the way that I feel.
I don't know how to thank you, Marvin, but if there's anything that I can ever do for you, just remember I'm your friend.
We're pals?
Pals.
Good pals?
The best. You're all right, boy. You're all right.
Stick 'em up. Come on, come on. Put it down and reach for the sky. Make it snappy. Thought you could get away, huh? Well, it would have meant death when I caught up with you, and it'll still mean death unless you tell me where you hid the papers. And that, ladies and gentlemen, concludes the third installment of that thrilling drama of the air, The Blonde Menace. Be sure...
Is it true what he says?
What, who said?
Marvin. He says that you married him out of spite because you love me.
How could I love anyone who says I'm a spoiled brat?
And so you are. You're giddy, headstrong, and self-willed. You've got too much money, not enough sense. As a matter of fact, you've got all the necessary qualifications for a thoroughly nasty person.
That's nice talk. Thanks very much.
How I could ever live with you, I don't know. But I do know that I could never live without you.
Oh, Jim. Darling.
You idiot!
Did you search everywhere?
Of course I searched everywhere. Wait a minute.
Look in your pocket.
No. I thought maybe. I'm so absent-minded sometimes. Oh, it's stolen.
We'll phone the police. Come on, Jim. Right.
Marvin, darling, it's gone. Burglars took it. It's stolen.
Now, wait a minute. Don't get excited. It wasn't much good anyway.
It cost $10,000.
What?
Yes.
You paid $10,000 for that? Say, you've been cheated.
Oh, dear.
No, honey, calm yourself. We'll get the pills, but you don't have to lay an egg on them.
They're my pills. I can lay as many eggs as I want to.
Where was you when the robberies took place?
I'm sure I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
Well, I mean, I don't know when the robberies took place.
What I mean is, Mrs. Whidden, was you in any particular place at any particular time?
You know, Lieutenant, that doesn't make sense to me. Part of the time I was in the living room, and part of the time in my bedroom, and here part of the time.
What I'm getting at is, wherever you was, say half an hour ago, did you leave the room?
Lieutenant, that's a very personal question.
All right. Never mind. Where was you, Mr. Hale?
Oh, me. Oh, well, I was in and out, and out and in.
In and out. You people got to be more specific if you expect me to...
Listen, Lieutenant, if you stop asking questions and sign my necklace instead...
If I got to handle this thing in my own way. Yes, Annabelle. Let him handle it in his own way.
Come on, boys, let's have a look around the place. You see that none of the servants leave their quarters.
Yes, sir.
Don't none of the rest of you try to leave these grounds either. And don't... Excuse me, haven't I seen you somewhere before?
I don't think, Lieutenant, this is the time or the place for flirtation.
Who's flirting? Say what's she talking about? Look here, Mr. Randolph, you gotta tell her to lay off me. I'm only trying to do my duty. Come on, boys.
Why did I leave the room? Must the police know everything?
I think you misunderstood him, Alan, ma'am.
All right, what did you do with them?
Nothing. Well, I ain't even seen him.
Oh, you must have taken them. You're the only burglar in the place, except...
Hey, wait a minute. What are you going to do?
Just talk to Jim.
You know, if you don't keep your mouth buttoned up, you're going to get yourself in an awful jam.
Me?
Yes, for hiding a burglar, a crook, a murderer.
Whom have you ever murdered?
Well, I can't remember how many right now, but I'll let you read my diary someday.
That's swell. I'd be delighted to come to the jail to read it.
He says he wants to see his wife, so I thought I'd better bring the card to you, sir.
Marvin Hale. It's very funny, isn't it?
Very funny.
Well, it stands to reason that there can't be two of us.
At least there can only be one husband to Miss Patricia. Someone seems to be suffering from hallucinations.
Why, yes. Do something.
Yes, sir.
Tell him something.
Quite, sir.
No, tell him Patricia doesn't live here anymore.
I doubt if it will do any good, sir. He said he'd see her, or else.
Or else. Well, show him in. Send him in. And find Miss Patricia right away, will you? Tell her to come here quick, for the love of Mike.
Very well, sir.
Very well. Says you.
This way, sir.
Oh, pardon me. I expected my wife.
Your wife?
Yes, my wife.
Listen, it ain't my fault, see? I was forced into this.
Say, what's wrong with everyone around here? You, the butler. Who are you, anyhow?
Oh, I'm a relative of your wife's. A relative by marriage, in a sort of a way.
Marvin! You! Mr. Hale! Marvin's here! Oh, Marvin! Who's that? Did you catch the burglar?
No, it's just someone came to help me out.
Oh, yeah, I see.
See?
What did she call you?
Oh, she just called me, dear.
Didn't I hear her call you Hale?
Well, I believe you did. She says Hale, like, inhale, Hale, the gang's all here.
Does she say, Marvin Hale, the gang's all here?
Yes, I believe she does. Well, I'll be seeing you.
Nice suit.
Yes.
I used to have one just like it.
Yeah, well, I guess we go to the same tailor.
And the same tie store.
Yes, that's a coincidence.
Just what I thought. You're a fraud.
Did you want me, Marvin?
Why, of course I do, darling.
You? Oh, how did you get here? I thought you were in San Francisco.
Well, I came by plane. That shows how anxious I am to see you. How much I love you.
It shows you heard my father didn't lose his money.
Oh, now, darling, don't mention love and money in the same breath.
How much?
Well,
How much?
Well, I was going to say 10,000, but we'd better make it 20.
Why, you dirty chiseler!
That crack makes it 25.
Why, you...
Mike, please.
I got a word my mop will cost you $1 million.
Well, that's very sweet of you, Palsy. But he was my mistake, and I expect to have to pay for him. That whatever it cost me to divorce him and marry